We like to keep it positive, we always follow through, like Neko Fuzz said with the big ups.
Stop for a quick pit stop, waiting for the Lowrider guys to turn up from the Relaxed Atmosphere Club, and we just stopped at this really cool place called Thrive Organic. Only didn't know this place before, we just drove past it, saw it, and it's a really cool organic based cafe restaurant, smoothies, amazing things for vegan. The food looks absolutely amazing, so we're just waiting for the guys to turn up, get some good food, have a good conversation before we do a shoot this afternoon. So yeah, let's go back inside.
Keep winning like kids, they think I'm lucky. We ain't no kind of kin, but that's my cousin. 10-piece spice in my wings, that shit bustin'. 10 toes down on the blow, can't tell me nothing. Who would've guessed? We can make it the way that we want it. Who would've guessed? I could wake up to this in the morning.
Wrist I ball, my phone disco ball, like my wrist at all. Wrist I ball, my phone disco ball, like my wrist at all.
You know I came in there floss and I'm actually awesome. I can't let them get him up quick. This grain is whole like the Opry and Meyer, the sauces. I need to go get him a brace. You know I'm straight to 10, spinning like rims. Baby, don't get in my face. I don't like playing pretend. I like making money now.
That was supposed to be our spot right there.
No problem at all. I mean, whatever you guys feel.
We're gonna find parking for you though, right?
Whatever it is, don't mind. It's just because obviously we'd like to be inside the car together. So we've got some great rolling shots just there. That was a clear run, brilliant timing.
Oh, yeah.
But just to now get inside each other's car, it just adds more dynamic to the footage. Instead of just sit down and talk, it's like rolling from the car, from each other, talking. It's quite cool. And this sounds freaking awesome. So
that's almost too much, man.
Oh, I don't know. It's really good.
Thanks so much, brother. Okay. Want to just follow to the next park?
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Ball, my phone disco ball, like my wrist at all. Wrist I ball, my phone disco ball, like my wrist at all.
Who would've guessed? We can make it the way that we want it. Who would've guessed?
Do what you can. She can. When you do it. Do what she can. When you can. Do what she can. When you can.
Do what you can do when you can do.
What she can. When you can.
And I got your back when it's too much to handle.
Do what she can. When you can.
Do what you can do when you can do.
Do what she can. When you can.
And I got your back when it's too hot to handle.
Do what she can. When you can.
Do what you can do when you can do.
Do what she can. When you can.
And I got your back when it's too much to handle.
Do what she can. When you can.
Do what you can do when you can do.
Do what she can.
Hey everyone, we're out here in Toronto, Canada with some special guys, TJ and Jimmy from the, which club are you guys from?
Affiliated Car Club.
Awesome, so we've come out here, do a photo shoot, a bit of video, and we just decided to all sit in the car together, have a bit of a conversation, find out where you guys come from originally, if it's from Toronto, and how you got into the car scene. So I don't know which one of you guys want to start first. Maybe you let us know a bit how cars came into your life. Was it like an early age or?
Definitely an early age.
Okay.
Definitely early
You
age.
said earlier something like 19?
When I had bought this originally,
Oh,
I
right,
bought this
okay.
19, yeah.
So what was before that?
Before that, Jimmy and I were actually mini truckers.
No
So we had little
way.
Mazda trucks, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Little Mazda B2200.
You know it, buddy.
That's cool.
So eventually, you know, when you can afford a bit better of a car, it's kind of a combination of liking the custom cars and liking the classics, and it kind of comes into one, right? And that's, you end up with the Lowriders.
That's it.
At least for us, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how old are you guys when like cars was the first thing you saw? You're like, you know what, as I get older, I'm so gonna get into this.
Typically early teens.
Okay.
I'd say 13, 14 years old.
Yeah. Well,
Is that as well how you got to meet each other, or how did
actually,
you?
yes. Yeah, we actually met on Lakeshore, probably 20 minutes from here. I was working a summer job at a car shop, and I had my Mazda parked up front. I go to leave, and next to it is a car wash, and TJ's washing his truck. So I'd walk over there, introduce myself, and we both had regular cab Mazdas. So we used to put the stereo, like the sub box, in the bed and cut through to the front. And I had the rubber boot, and you didn't have one. So I'm like, hey, you want rubber boots? I ran back to my car or to my truck and grabbed it for him, and that's it.
Simple as that.
That's
Instant
it.
friendship.
That's it, you know.
Right? And it just so happened over the years that we just knew a lot of the same people too,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
How old were you then?
I was 17.
So it was about 20.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You're just a bit older then.
A little bit, yeah. Just a bit.
Just a wee bit.
It's a secret though.
So why Lowriders? What was it about Lowriders you guys just like, you know?
It's everything is. I'm with me. It's like hip hop culture and b-boying, and I used to DJ with my brothers and little, you know, scratching and this and that, and eventually as you see what they're doing on the West Coast in California, and it's like that's amazing. Of course, you can't afford that, so I bought my first truck at 15 and started modifying it from there.
What about you, TJ?
Lowriders, like I said, it's kind of an amalgamation of the custom car scene, truck scene, and loving classic cars, and not wanting to settle to drive a bone stock car around the streets.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's boring, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
So that's pretty much, there's no real aha moment where it
Yeah.
happened. It was just, you know what, that's what I like, and
Yeah.
that's what I want to do, right?
And so you guys got, what, a 1962 and 63 Impala?
Yes.
Yeah.
And when did you guys get it from? Was it Toronto or was it from the West Coast?
We found them locally.
Local, yeah.
Really?
Found them locally, both bone stock cars, and
Nice.
yeah,
Both
typically
were
out here.
primer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Typically out here we got the winter season, right? So the way it would work, even with our mini trucks back in the day, is you would have the winter to whatever customizations you can do, whatever you can afford, and then you get to bring it out in the spring and show everybody, hey, look what I did, right?
Fruit of our labor.
Yeah.
That's it.
As kids, you know.
Talking about fruit of your labor, you both told me it was made where? Everything you do is where?
Well, both these cars were actually built in my garage at home.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is serious.
So
The thing is, we're lucky enough, number one, to have, you know, the ability to do it.
Yeah.
And we're also lucky enough to have club members that, you know, one guy can do body work, one guy's a fabricator, welder. Myself, I'm a licensed plumber. So a lot of the plumbing and the stuff that you see in the trunk is, you know, kind of
Yeah.
stuff that you imagine, and all of a sudden you bring it to
That's
fruition,
it.
right?
You know, you call a couple of guys up, say, hey, you know, next weekend we're gonna work on my car. If you guys want to come out, and that's how it is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
TJ was nice enough for my car, is to he stored his where my car gets stored, and all winter and most spring, I was done probably almost to a year now that it's been done.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So we took over the build of his
everything.
car in at my garage as well.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Brilliant.
Every day after work, you know,
Yeah.
tired, but still drive on and get it done.
So what about the condition to both cars? Were they pretty good when you got them?
Yeah, we kind of know these typical cars inside and out. So we know what to look for,
Yep.
you know, where the rust spots, where the weak spots are. So yeah, that's one thing we kind of take our
sure.
pride in, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're making a build that should take this long. You may take twice as long trying to repair everything while you're trying to build it, right?
And what about the colours? How did you choose the colours of both cars? Because they're pretty unique. I mean, the blue and that
Yeah.
kind of turquoise is crazy.
That's a hard one. This color for me was a last minute decision about a week before I painted the car. And I had seen it's from BMW M5s? M3s?
M3s or
Yeah.
M3s. It's called Laguna Seca Blue.
Yeah, now I see. I'm like, no way, I didn't realise, but okay,
Yeah.
I see.
So we put a little twist in it. It's a little bit lighter, a little more greens in it. There's a little bit of a twist in it. Just again, it's the disease that we have. We can't just go get something bone stock off the shelf. You know what I mean? It has
That's
to
it.
have a little tweak to it.
Yeah, and then mine is a slightly off version of 57 Chevy Bel Air Tropical Turquoise.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know exactly the colour you mean.
Yes, so
Wow.
I don't know, just turquoises jump out at me. I'd start seeing them everywhere, and I'm like,
Right.
hey, you know what? That's gonna be it.
You love it.
And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and the style too. It's also like a
It's
A
something
90s
that could
lowrider style though, right?
It's also something you look at both cars. I do anyway, and be like, these cars can come
from the
stock,
factory like that.
factory.
Yeah.
Back in the '60s, this color and
True.
that would look proper.
Is that important to you that it still has like the classic look, but maybe it could come off stock like that?
I wouldn't say it's that important, but I just think it so happens to be the look that we like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right? I mean, you go down to California, I'm sure you guys have seen, you know, the patterns and the paintwork
yeah.
these guys do. it's amazing.
It is. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just it's a personal preference, I guess.
I just like the pastels and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
clean look. And
Not to say I'd never do another
No.
build with something nice, but yeah, it's a personal preference. It's almost like a generational thing.
Yeah.
We came up from that generation, and it was this kind of look, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's awesome. And what about you, the club that you guys run? I mean, has this been running for quite some time?
Yeah, established in 2005.
Nice.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah, we got about 11, 12 guys.
12 guys, yeah.
It's been the same guys. You know, the good thing about our club is most of us were all friends before the car scene, right? I mean, there's a lot of car clubs out now, and at that time, it was, if I could say at all, it was just kind of like we're cruising anyway.
Yeah. so
We're
might
out
as well.
having fun anyway.
Yeah.
So let's just do it. Let's put a plaque in the car and make it official, right?
Exactly. And never look back. You
Yeah.
know?
At the same time, we're also trying. Don't get me wrong. We're trying to emulate some of these clubs that we see down in Cali.
Yeah.
These guys, you know, a lot of these guys they're no joke. The cars, the quality that are coming out, and that's kind of like we're trying to make our own little humble little name for ourselves out here and show them, hey, we're doing it up here too. It might cost twice as much,
Yeah.
right? But we're doing our thing out here, you know, like.
That's it. I don't know. I feel the exact same way. It's just, it's nice to have our club that we started here in Toronto just keep growing and growing and bring out better quality every year and still remain friends, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's all about family, community,
Oh,
getting
absolutely,
together.
absolutely. The barbecues we've thrown in the past with, you know, it's just friends, families, kids, you know, renting the bouncy castles and this and that.
Yeah.
We just had a birthday for my son last weekend or the weekend
The
before.
weekend before was his party,
Yeah, so I let everybody know. Sure enough, a bunch of cars show up, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, there goes the neighborhood, right? You know, I just moved into a new house too, so.
That's awesome. That's brilliant. How do your children fit into this culture? Are they taking any interest? Do they?
They take interest,
Yeah.
but to be totally honest with you, it's like they're sick of it. Okay, Dad, your car. Okay, Dad, all your friends, their cars. It's almost like they're around it too much, right?
Yeah. But
Whereas it's almost the opposite for us. I didn't grow up around too many customized cars.
Okay.
Kind of grew into it, right?
yeah, I'll keep.
But yeah, I feel sorry for any dude trying to date my daughter, trying to show off with their car.
It's just not going to work. Like, I can't compete with that.
Yeah, exactly, man.
I got no kids, so it's all that question's all yours.
Given the choice, would you change the car, or would you stick to this car, just do more?
Given the choice, I would change the car. It's a budget thing.
Sure.
To what would you change?
My
the car?
favorite Impala of all is a 60 ragtop.
Right.
That's my favorite of all.
Okay.
Now the issue with this car is there's too much history involved. I got engaged with this car. My parents got married in this car. I've had it so long at this point, right?
Brilliant.
So I'm almost trying to just take what I can as far as budgets are concerned, and maybe getting a 60 Impala hardtop, and have that as like more of a not so customized car, something that my wife could even drive, some AC in it, you know what I mean, and then have this as the car that you really want to abuse, if you will, when you go out. That'd be my dream anyway,
Up and
right?
down the road on 3.
That's it, man. Exactly.
What about you?
Myself, it's the 59s and 60s Impalas.
Okay.
Hardtop or convertible. I really like the look of a hardtop.
Right.
A lot of people are just die-hard rag, and I would take either one, but 59 or 60, definitely. But,
It's interesting, both of you stick actually with Impala rather than changing it.
Yeah.
I quite
Don't
like
get me
that.
wrong. I like the Tri-5s,
Okay.
but I mean, as a lowrider, I love them too. Especially a lot of the cars again back to Cali and what we're seeing down there. To me, it's just from day one. It was the 6 tail lights, right down to its basics. Right, the 6 tail lights, the X-frame car. That's where it all started, and that's kind of where it all ends.
that's it.
If my budget was unlimited, sure, I'd have a couple Tri-5s, and But yeah, I think that's what it boils down to. It's just Impalas.
So,
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for sharing your time with us.
Awesome.
We have a story.
You got
Had a
it.
great time.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Cheers.
Affiliated.
Have
Oh.
an attitude of gratitude and can do point of view. We like to keep it positive. We always follow through. Like Neko Fuzz said with the big ups.